Hey everyone, it's Chris and Charlie here with Daily Motor, and we have quite an exciting car this week. It is a 2022 Audi RS3.
Yeah.
And it's
Five cylinders of goodness.
5 cylinders of fury. 2.5 5-cylinder turbo all-wheel drive.
Mm-hmm.
What more could you ask for?
What's not to love?
Yeah. So
except for that big old gaping black grill on the front.
yeah. So let's go take a look at it because I'm dying to go see it.
Viewers what we're working with here. We've got a week of grills because between these two and the Elantra N,
we have some massive grills.
It is gonna be obscene.
I like this though.
I like that. That does it for me.
This works for me. Yeah.
Is it functional? It does seem like it is actually.
It's a bit of a widened stance. So I haven't actually driven an S3. I've only driven an A3. So I'm just stepping all the way up to like the biggest dog.
It's better than the way you did your 911s and driving the
true.
Turbo S first.
That's right. I think that's still the only 911 I've driven. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. But anyways, it's finished in, I actually don't think this is Nardo gray. There's no way it is. It's like bluish. Oh. And it has like a red flake.
Oh, wow.
It's very, very cool paint color.
I don't think that's going to show up on camera, but that looks really cool.
Well, I'll try. Get some angles here. Mm-hmm. But it's a very, very cool color. It's tough in this day and age with these like sort of gray blue colors because everyone's doing it. So you have to have some sort of a unique element. And this red pink flake in here is really, really cool.
I like the wheels too.
Yeah, overall just a really cool look on this car. Red brake calipers, we've got drilled rotors, and the widened stance with these different fenders gives this thing a very, very cool look.
You don't think it looks too much like a Boy Racer Jetta?
No, because it's still an Audi, so it's still slightly refined. Although I feel like the back fitment is off.
Go a little, the wheel's very in.
Yeah, they should have also widened the track on the back.
Also, I don't care for how the Audi badge is black along with the rest of the grille. I'd like the Audi badge to stand out a bit more.
Yeah, it'd look cool in body color, actually.
It would look really cool in body color, or red, or silver.
Yes. Yeah. So inside, since this is an RS car, we probably have quilted. Yep, we do. We have quilted leather. RS here, embossed or pressed into the seat, however you want to say that. Pretty soft leather.
Question for you.
Chrome collectors? Yes, sir.
Do perps still steal radios and stereos and speakers?
I don't think so.
Because they certainly make it obvious that this car has Bang & Olufsen speakers sitting very exposed in the back.
I don't think they do anymore because with the codes and everything, I think it's really just a hassle to like get in and
cats now.
Yeah, I think now it's cats.
Okay.
So
we need VIN etched cats.
Yeah, for real.
Hey, Annette, you were wanting that in the BMW.
Yes, okay, practical.
Mm-hmm. That's so that you can put your luggage in the back and drive very quickly, and your luggage won't go flying everywhere.
No spare. There is a battery under there, though.
Oh, that's a good place for a battery. Yep. The trunk seems very compact sedan-y. You have to put 91 in here?
93.
Wow, all the way up.
Or Super Plus, 98.
Super Plus. Nice. Wow, there's more room back here than I would expect.
Yeah.
I've completely already written off the A3 from my mind, so it's a completely new car to me.
This feels bigger than that in the back seat.
Yeah, it actually does. Well, it's a lot less trunk room in this. That has more trunk, less back seat space.
Oh, right.
Is this brown? Or is it like a very faint it's black?
Yeah, I think it's black still.
I think it's black.
Yeah, it's just like weird lighting hitting the back.
Yeah, okay.
Probably reflecting off of our brown building.
Right. All right, well, that's about enough. We need to drive this.
Yeah, it's an entirely perforated steering wheel all the way around.
Oh, good. Plenty of grip.
Yeah.
It's for the golf enthusiasts.
Right.
You wanna stand out back and get a warm start?
Oh, sure.
I'm gonna turn the drive mode into sport first.
Okay, smart.
Or dynamic.
Right. Kind of underwhelming.
It is, but there's quite a hearty rumble to it.
Yeah.
Bong bong.
I always like when you scare the crap out of me in cars before I drive them. We got some nice Alcantara. Oh no!
It's okay because that was like this too, and that's more inexcusable to me. Because this really is a cheap car that's sporty. It's not. It shouldn't be luxurious.
I know, Charlie. It's 65 grand.
Oh, look! I appreciate this. Manual.
Oh.
No heavy mechanisms up there to power it back and forth.
Lower center of gravity. This actually doesn't have very many options.
That's good.
It just has the technology pack with Bang & Olufsen. Kimura Gray is what it's called. RS Sport Exhaust System. Oh yeah, you gotta have that. And the black optic pack, which gives you the black wheels and matte black.
What is it?
Matte black wheels.
What is it with automotive press organizations specing black appearance packages and sport packages? Is that what they think journalists all like?
I guess, but I would kind of think the opposite. Oh, yeah.
That didn't feel linear at all, and I like that.
I know. Sometimes linear is boring.
Yeah, it is. You want the kind of that unpredictable, like, shove you to the back of your seat. Like, I swear to you, I didn't change my throttle input at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just lots of turbo lag.
It was just a ton of turbo lag, which is fun. Half throttle. Okay. See, this car seems like it's going to have a lot of dynamic range, which I'm appreciating. In fact, let's not for a minute. Let's restrain ourselves.
You're gonna blue ball us?
Just for now. Let's see how you could drive it like a sane person.
Okay, and hopefully after we get around this corner, you'll put it back into dynamic mode.
Suspension feels pretty good. The steering wheel's a little large, but that's okay.
It is kind of a large steering wheel.
Brakes aren't very progressive. Oh, but it's begging you to go.
Yeah, it even farted going into third gear, and you're like not even flogging it.
Paddle shifters, you gotta kind of reach for. I don't love that. I'll be curious to see if you agree with me on that.
Okay.
I love all the inputs in Audis. The blinkers, the switches,
just clicking everything. Good. It always feels very satisfying.
Oh my gosh, that turn-in is very quick.
Ooh.
Steering's a little light, but I am in comfort mode.
Yeah, you're in comfort.
I like the gauge cluster. It's giving me the info I need.
Okay, would you like me to either give you a choice here? I'll turn your heated seat on, or I'll put it into dynamic mode.
Well, okay, dynamic mode.
Okay,
yeah, let's do that.
Thank you.
I was gonna wait until after this, but that's fine. Because it's not looking like I'm gonna get a clean.
Yeah, you are.
Run here.
Is that everything?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, but I leaned on it there. I mean, I came from a low rev, so you weren't gonna get that thrusty back feel. Is this minivan gonna ruin our oversteer corner?
No.
No. Wow. Really
That's aggressive. That camera nearly fell off my...
Very balanced. Wow.
And
we use a crappy GM
bleepy GM product to block the road for us. Okay, well, I'm worried that it's too good.
I don't know if it's too good. It's this. I felt similar this in the RS6 Avant.
Yeah.
That it's not crazy enough. It's a little too refined. Oh, there we go. That was a nice.
Did you ask it to do that?
I gave.
Why does it keep squealing the tires under braking?
I'm gonna hit the brakes right up here. Okay.
Okay.
Right at the sign.
Okay. Seatbelt tension. Ooh, and my. Oh. Okay.
All right, you ready to try out a launcher?
Oh yeah. I wonder how you. Might have to go traction off. Yeah, I probably have to go traction off, which is right here.
Okay.
There you go. Oh, yeah, there we go.
It's quite quick.
It is quite quick. Yeah. Sounds pretty cool.
And I appreciate that they're not pelting us with fake noise. Maybe it's got a little bit in there, but it's quite subtle.
Yeah.
Is this Did you see that 360-degree turn there?
As long as they're not impeding us, I don't care. Something just hit me. I'm trying to
wish the
figure out
shifts
what
were
that is.
a bit more aggressive. I think that would go a long way.
Console is sliding.
But I
What
like
is that?
how...
Oh, it's an insect. Ooh, we're gonna trap that in the crumb collector.
Oh, I can't push this truck.
Ew, it's like a really gross... Ew! I wonder if it's come all the way from Germany. Ooh, it's really gross. Okay, goodbye. I got rid of that for us.
Thank you.
It's now on the side of the road.
I'm quite curious about this on-ramp.
Why?
BMWs tend to be the king of on-ramps. BMWs and Porsches.
Okay.
I suspect we can hold 64, 65 miles per hour.
You got 64. 66. Oh. Okay then.
That's fun. I'll swap with you here in a sec.
Oh, and it has the door handles that we like.
I do like those door handles.
Yeah, we do. We quite enjoy those.
It's got the...
I don't know. There's, and I guess I won't jump to conclusions before I drive it. It does have 400 horsepower, 401.
It's that one that makes the difference.
It is. And an alleged 0 to 60 time of 3.8. Is that what it was?
3.6 according to Audi. What is it with this 3 Series that likes
it's
to
always
sing?
there. It is always there. You know what? I don't really want to inspect it actually. But you seem like you were enjoying yourself there.
I did quite enjoy myself there.
Okay. Yeah, leave me in sport. Dynamic.
Dynamic. It's an Audi after all.
Did that A3 have Bang & Olufsen?
I think it did.
Did it?
This is a cool material. It smells a bit warm out there.
Yeah. It's definitely not the car. It's definitely the environment. Love the sound of a 5-cylinder.
Mm-hmm. It's halfway to a V10.
It is, indeed. Pretty fast responses there with those paddles as well.
This transmission's impressed me.
Yeah. Is it an 8-speed? Probably.
It's either that or a 7-speed dual clutch.
Oh, yeah. Well, either way, I'm sure it's a DCT.
7-speed, yeah. 7 gears.
Volkswagen does not like torque converter automatics.
No, they don't.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I like savagery in cars like this, and it's a little bit savage, but it's not savage enough. I
think what you're looking for is less of that like subtle grumble and more of a shriek when you get on the, because even up at 7,000 RPM, it doesn't sound like you're at 7,000 RPM.
Dude, I got more savagery out of that.
Possibly police officers? Or no, they're not.
No, well, either way, they're pedestrians, so we'll chill out. I feel like I got more savagery out of that Porsche Macan than this thing. Maybe not, I don't know. Throttle response, it's pretty snappy there in dynamic mode. Let's go back quickly into comfort for this bump. Oh, but it's everything is still in sport.
Oh, I might have just put sport performance on. RS performance, I wanted to customize.
Oh yeah, see if we can make it louder or something. Oh, now you're changing everything up here.
Right?
Everything is changing. The cluster has changed.
RS torque rear. Do not use RS torque rear on public roads.
Oh, is that drift? That's drift mode.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go back into dynamic. So can you make it better? Oh, it just did something. Well, no, leave it in that. Oh, yeah, sport. Steering you can leave.
Oh, look at your gauge cluster now.
Yeah, and I've got tire pressure and I've got, oh, interesting, it comes towards you. It's kind of cool because then your red line is the biggest part,
yeah.
right?
You know what this car kind of reminds me of? The evolution of the Golf R. It feels like an Audi Golf R.
It does.
Because I've never been a big fan of the Golf R, because it's always been a bit boring. And everyone says it's such a great car.
I wouldn't even call this. I know.
This isn't boring. I'm not saying that.
I don't think this is boring.
But I'm saying the Golf R is boring, and I can see how there are crazy, like an AMG, I'm sure would be worse and in some ways better because of that. But I think you could see how if you were out on the Autobahn, you'd quite like this car.
Yeah. Yeah, because you kind of want smoothness for that.
Right, and you'd be doing 140.
What does this do?
I think that cycles through your two RS modes, RS Individual and RS Performance.
Oh, I see.
Does it feel any crazier in RS Performance?
Not really. We'll hit rev limiter.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the sound is too low. I think it's too like growly and grumbly rather than loud, listen to me, hear me roar kind of.
Yeah, where's the fuel gauge?
You don't need that when you're in RS Performance.
Yeah, but where is it when you're on this?
I don't think you get a fuel gauge. I think it's just the top left where it says distance to empty.
Oh, okay. Who needs a fuel gauge anyways?
Not the Germans.
Not the Germans. It is quite a large steering wheel also.
Yeah.
You're saying
Oh my gosh.
that. Okay, well, I'm interested to spend a little bit of time with this
Mhm.
and just see how it is. It's got 4,000 miles on this car.
Well, here's a question. And I know it's not even apples to apples, but price is similar. Would you have this or an M240i?
Oh, man. That's tough. I love that M240i.
And you maybe try to think about that throughout the week with the car.
Yeah. You know, in some ways I feel bad because I give M cars grief for being too savage. But then I get in this and I'm like, it's not savage enough. So, like, where is that fine line? I think that fine line... Yeah, Porsche, I guess.
Porsche, you can have a car that's entirely enjoyable to drive civilly or like an absolute fiend. And it's fine both ways. Well, stay tuned for if we can get out if you want. I don't really.
No, we don't need to get out. I was just in autopilot coming into this parking lot.
It's a very natural reaction to turn in here in a car while filming and going to this.
That's right. Well, we're going to spend some time with this Audi RS3, and we're looking forward to giving you our final thoughts.
You know what this car makes me think of, at least upon our first drive here, is the pining bachelor who is trying to win the love of some fine damsel, and he does everything right. He buys her flowers, he's courteous, he takes her on a nice date or something. He's every box is checked. He's well, gainfully employed, keeps himself groomed, but just for whatever reason, she's just not that into him.
No, because she wants a felon.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for that guy because that's this car. Everything is right. Everything is right with this car. And I just don't know if I would take it. We'll have to see.
We shall see.
We shall see. The turbo lag is immense. But I like the turbo lag.
This is a quick car.
It is quick, but it takes a second to be quick.
Right.
Yeah.
So wrapping up our thoughts here on the 22 Audi RS3. We've both spent about a day and a half in this car. And, well, what do you think, Charlie?
Yesterday, you told me it's grown on you.
Yes.
And I have to agree, it's grown on me too. I've figured out who the car is for.
The Topher.
Yes. Essentially the Topher. The only reason I could see maybe the Topher not being super into it is the Topher, without fetishizing it, he likes things rough.
Okay.
He does. He's okay with the BRZ. He likes a rawness, I think.
Yes.
And that's what this car isn't. This car is for someone who wants this class of vehicle, but is mature and doesn't want that ragged edge that AMG and M both give you.
Yes.
And at first, you get in this and you're a little bit disappointed by it. But then after you spend a day or two, you're like, oh, it's nice that I don't have to constantly be getting my teeth rattled out or be getting yanked around or raced by challengers. I can just enjoy this car for what it is. And it's incredibly capable. It's very precise. Every input of the car matches the precision of this interior. There's no rattles. Everything feels very nice, responds well. It's well laid out. It looks good. It's mature. It's a very cohesive package, and I could see a very mature individual who still wants some excitement in his or her life choosing this car.
Well, I feel like I don't even need to say anything because those are my exact thoughts on this car.
That just means we're both right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, no, those are my exact thoughts.
And here's a perfect example. I'm stuck behind a crappy GM product going through oversteer. If I were in an M2, I'd be very cross. In this, I don't feel that way. I don't feel the need to exert myself right under their bumper and be angry that I don't get to flex this car because I can just kind of slowly listen to that engine, then feel the turbo kind of boost, and I just get to enjoy the other things about the vehicle. That vibe is still there.
Yes, it is. We should have it.
We should. Did you notice that the front tires are larger than the rears?
In this car?
Yeah, it's a Bulldog.
That's why they stick out so far.
Yep.
I was wondering why it looked kind of odd. I was like, why does the front look wider than the back?
265s in the front, 245s in the rear.
That's hilarious. Is it supposed to be like that? Or
I think so. Every now and then you see a car like that, and when you think about it, you get kind of that torque steer sometimes in this car.
It's true, yeah.
And I bet you they decided between the steering and the power, it makes more sense to have the larger fronts, and having the smaller rears probably allows a little bit of a tossability.
Okay. Did you notice that when it's in comfort mode, it's a little floaty? Like, it's kind of floaty over bumps, so I've actually enjoyed driving it in dynamic mode.
Yeah.
Because the suspension, it isn't even rough in dynamic mode.
Mm-hmm.
Of course it's a little stiffer, but it isn't crashy, as we like to say. So,
I think the ride very well matches the rest of the character of the car.
Yeah.
So I could see why someone would think this car is boring, but it isn't. You just need to calm down.
Yeah.
I'll let you get behind the wheel to give the viewers some last
POV-ness.
Yeah, POV-ness, POV.
Some POV.
The steering is so quick, it doesn't even do a full 2 turns. It's like 9/10 lock to lock.
Yeah.
Alyssa liked this too. She liked the satisfaction.
All of the clicks in here, and all of the clicks in all of the Audis.
S tier.
Very
clicks.
satisfactory. Satisfactory.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. We did confirm, and you probably did as well from the window sticker, that it has a black optics package. And that's why the badges are black.
So you've got a black Audi badge, a black RS3 badge, a black spoiler.
Because I don't like how this looks. I think the whole grille looks very...
You told me it looks like a Hyundai Elantra.
It does. And it's because that badge is black.
Oh, right.
I don't like that.
Okay, well, let's hop back in here. Go out for a drive.
So I told Alyssa that those little hunches on the side do it for you. And she said, is that all it takes?
Yes, that is all it takes.
A good haunch. Now we know what you see in Emily. Cold... Oh, you son of a... Just for that, you'll have to beep that part out. I'm giving you more work. I was just about to say how cool the seats would be. It would be lovely in this car.
Well, I gave you the opposite.
Yeah. Maybe it's like a sauna where like you sweat it out.
Sometimes, yeah. but this car isn't brutal enough for it to be a sauna. If it was an M car, maybe it could be a sauna.
Yeah.
Quite a large steering wheel. We talked about this in our first impressions, but it's interesting because the last generation RS3 had a slightly smaller and a flat bottom steering wheel, similar to the one that you got in the Audi R8.
Yeah, I would prefer that wheel. It's a nice wheel, it just doesn't seem to fit the car.
Yeah, I agree. It's perforated the whole way around, which is fine, but I don't know how big of a fan I am of a fully perforated wheel. I sometimes like when it has a little bit more dimension.
Yep.
You know, it's not perforated top and bottom, and yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the steering wheel on this car. It feels nice quality, you know, just like touching it. But
also, it's such a light steering that you don't need a big wheel.
You don't need a big wheel at all.
Wheel.
And I'm also going to disagree with one of your claims. I like where the paddle shifters are. I know that you said that you didn't like having to reach for them.
You're right.
But I like being able to drive the car at 9 and 3 and not have to be touching the paddle shifters.
No, I will point out that it never actually bothered me in practice. When I noticed it, it seemed weird, but it didn't actually not work for me. Also, I found myself not even using that and just strictly going to RS Performance.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I could see where dynamic provides a benefit. Also, I found the fuel gauge.
Oh, so did I. It's over here.
Yeah, you have to click through the arrow button.
Right there.
Fuel level.
You've used some fuel.
Yeah, I'll have to put some fuel back in it.
Well, I used about a quarter tank.
Or you can just give it to the Topher as is. And tell him to take it out of his YouTube revenue.
Sorry, Chris. Whoa. And I know that we've said that it could be a little bit more savage, but that 5-cylinder does sound really good.
It sounds excellent.
It's interesting to me that this has the $1,000 optional sport exhaust. It isn't very loud.
No.
It's really not loud.
It should be louder.
Yes, it should be louder. And especially since it's valved. I mean, you can hear the difference between comfort mode and dynamic mode.
Right.
And why not just go all out? I mean,
because, again, it's the mature...
but it's valved, so you can drive in comfort mode and be mature.
Yeah.
But then why not make it more savage when you're in dynamic mode?
And someone chose to spend $1,000 on the exhaust. They probably want to hear it.
Exactly, yeah, and my buddy Corbett and I we were talking about this we wouldn't even spec that on. We would just spend the $1,000 on an aftermarket exhaust, you know.
Sure. Also, and it's probably because it has some influence from Porsche, but this is one of my favorite dual clutches. It's so good. Volkswagen Auto Group.
It's very good.
Does the best dual clutches.
Yeah. I haven't been huge, actually. The dual clutch tuning on the Golf R, I wasn't the biggest fan of.
Okay.
Because it took so long to warm up and to like get itself dialed in. You have to drive it for like 20 minutes for it to do anything. Okay. But I agree. The dual clutch tuning on this RS3 is like total. It's full S tier. Yeah, it's very, very good.
So, I would have this car. And it's. I mean, I'm not necessarily saying like right now I would, but like if I were in this market. I would, obviously, you know, it's hard to say that without driving it back to back with an M2, with an AMG.
Right.
But I just can't, I think if it were a car that I were going to daily, I would appreciate it being a little bit calmer and then getting to have it blast away when the time comes.
Yeah, and there are aftermarket things that you can do to these. I mean, people tune these up, and not this newest generation, but speaking on the last generation RS3, people tune these things up to like 1,000 horsepower on like a stock bottom end. It's insane.
Ron said it's good for like 650 wheel. Did he say 7 wheel?
Yeah, I think 700.
Yeah. Yep. And the car has character. That's what I didn't expect. It does have a lot of character. Because a lot of...
Mainly just from that 5-cylinder.
Well, the 5-cylinder, but the steering too. And the fact that when you get on it kind of torque steers with you a little bit, it sort of wrestles you.
And the non-linear power delivery.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, there is a lot that adds character to this car, and you wouldn't expect it. Audis of late have been very soulless and very...
Even the RS6, I think, was soulless.
Yeah. And this does it.
I don't think that this has a full soul, but it's getting there. It's like a little bit closer than the RS6, and I shot a little review on this for my my personal channel if you'd like to go check that out. But I just it doesn't give me the fizz. It doesn't really give me the fizz.
If it were louder, do you think it would?
Maybe. And it's
but a high pitched louder, like a scream.
A scream, but also the Porsche Macan S gave me the fizz. And I think it also has something to do with the way that it changes gear. This is a very quick and smooth gear change, whereas the PDK was like harsh. Like it would like snap the gear, and also along with it being a snappy gear change, you can hear that communicated through the exhaust.
You are, yeah.
So I don't know. It's like little like silly things that just they matter so much, and the Audis, they just don't really do it for me. But this is, and I also said this is the best Audi that I've ever driven. I mean, and we haven't driven an R8. I haven't driven an R8, but best Audi that I've ever driven right here. So
cool.
Yep. So there you go, guys. Our take on the 2022 and the newest generation of the Audi RS3. Did we mention how sweet this color is when we did the intro?
I think we did. The red flake.
I'm like, I'm obsessed with the color. I think it's awesome. So, all right, well, any last words, or you think that wraps it up well enough?
I think that wraps it up. I like the RS3 thing and with the headlights.
That's right, and it's really hard to capture on camera. We did try, and we'll insert a little clip, but if that's not communicated well over the camera, this little checkered flag bit, and it's doing it right now, but you probably can't see it. It goes RS3, and it's super cool. So, cool. Well, thank you all so much for watching. We're Chris and Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always...
RS on?
RS on.
Audi on?
Audi on.
Drive. Go. Get out of here.
Drive on.